Hello students, welcome to the class of Business Studies. I am NK Thukral from Edupedia World. Students, in the previous session, I had discussed on business environment. Types of business environment will be followed. However, what we had discussed earlier about the business environment, significance of business environment and characteristics of business environment. Today I am going to talk on types of business environment. Before coming to types of business environment, in general, I am giving you the brief about the business environment and types of business environment. Students, environment refers to all external forces which have a bearing on the functioning of a business. Environment factors are largely, if not totally, external and beyond the control of individual industrial enterprises and their managements. The business environment poses threats to a firm or offers immense opportunities for potential market exploitation. Environmental business solutions will give way to the environmental business opportunities. So about the types of business environment, environment includes such factors as socio, economic, technological, supplier, competitor and the government. There are two more factors which exercise considerable influence on business. They are physical or natural environment and global environment. Now let me brief you about that. What is natural environment? Business and economic pursuit of a man continues to be dictated by nature, as you must understand. To what extent business depends on the nature and what is the relationship between the two constitution interesting study. Now what about the global environment? Thanks to the liberalization, Indian companies are forced to view business issues a global perspective. Business responses and managerial practices must be fine-tuned to survive in the global environment. So let's talk on dimensions of business environment. As students, I may tell you that business environment consists of the external forces which directly or indirectly affect the functioning of a business enterprise. These external forces will be divided into two categories. Number one, general environment, and number two, specific environment. But here we are going to discuss only on general environment. What is general environment? It influences or it indirectly influences the working of a business firm. It includes economic, social, political, legal and technological environment. So now we will go and we will talk on each and every type of business environment. As you can see in the slide, number one is economic environment. Number two is social environment. Number three is technological environment. Number fourth is political environment. And number fifth is legal environment. Now we will talk on economic environment. Before discussing in detail about the economic environment, let me brief you about all type of environment. Economic environment describes forces which have economic impact on business, whereas social environment describes the characteristics of the society in which business firms operate. And about the technological environment, it describes broad characteristics of technology in which business firms operate. About the political environment, it describes political conditions and nature of government intervention in businesses. And another is legal environment. It describes framework of laws and legislations within which business firms operate. So this is a briefing I have given you. Now let's take one by one. Number one is economic environment. Economic environment refers to all those forces that have economic impact on the business activities. So this is how you can describe in one sentence that it refers to all those forces that have economic impact on the business activities. I may tell you that there is a close relationship between business and its economic environment. Business obtains all its needed inputs from the economic environment and it absorbs the output of business units. Now I may tell you that what are the points or what are the factors which influences economic environment. For example, interest rates, inflation rates, changes in disposable income of people, stock market indices and value of rupee are some of the economic factors that can affect management practices in a business enterprise. Each of the economic factors can serve either as an opportunity or as a threat to a business enterprise. Let's take an example. If easy finance schemes are there due to banking sector reforms, that increases the demand for cars, and further it affects the economic environment. Further, rise in inflation rates increases the production cost due to increase in price of raw material and wages, and it further impact the economic environment. Now let's talk about the aspects of economic environment. As you can see in the slide, number one aspect is relative role of private and public sectors. How it affects, how the private and public sector role is affecting the economic environment. Policies of private sectors and public sector affects the demand of products and competition between private and public sector also, which leads to changes in prices and affect the attitude of people, which have a bearing effect on business environment. Number two is growth rate of GNP and per capita income. The rate of growth of GNP reflects the pace of economy. As the GNP grows, it benefits everyone, improving standard of living of population and improve business environment. Number three is rates of savings and investments. Always rates of savings and investments influences the buying behavior of consumers and institutions. For example, in the situation of high rate of interest and low income forces the homeowners to default on their mortgages. So this is how it is affecting the economic environment as a whole. Number fourth is volume of imports and exports. Higher the exports and lower import always leads to better economic environment. However, the items which are being imported and which are not produced in a country is bound to have adverse effect on balance of payment of a country and consequences on the total economic environment. So this is how it is affecting. So another is balance of payments and changes in Forex, and another is aspect is agriculture and industrial production trends. Environmental impact of agriculture involves a variety of factors from the soil to water, the air, animal and soil variety, people, plants and the food itself. So all these are the issues concerned with the agriculture production and which affect directly the total economic environment. Similarly, money supply in the economy, another aspect of economic environment. As money will be more, the taste will be more, the spending will be more in the country, and it directly have an impact on the economic environment as a whole. So these are all aspects of economic environment, and these factors have a direct bearing on the economic environment. So let's go ahead, students. Let's talk on the next dimension. The next dimension is social environment. Now what is social environment? Let's talk on that. How you can define it? The social environment represents the customs and traditions, values, culture, social trends, beliefs, norms and ethics of a society in which business enterprises operate. So what it represents? Values, culture, social trends, belief, all these are the, and further ethics of a society also, which have a direct bearing on the environment. What are the social practices? Social practices, I think everybody is aware of that. Let me tell you, like for example, celebration of festivals like Diwali, Eid, Christmas, Guru Purb, etc. provides significant financial opportunities for greetings, card companies, sweet shop, gift shop, etc. As social practices are there, similarly social values are also there. Individual freedom, social justice, equality of opportunity and national integration are some of the examples of social values. For example, a business enterprise must give equal status and same wages to male and female workers working at the same level. This is how we can refer to social values. And another is social trends. These all are coming in the social environment. What is social trend? Present various opportunities and threats to business enterprises. For example, increased awareness towards health has increased the demand for products like organic food, mineral water, gyms, etc. However, this trend has harmed business in other industries like dairy processing, tobacco and liquor. So although these social trends are there, they are benefiting one industry and not benefiting to the other industries. So see, these are the all values, traditions, social trends coming under the social environment, and they are directly having impact on the environment. Analysis and understanding of social environment is important as it determines the products services and standards of conduct that are acceptable to societies. Now let's talk on the aspects of components of social environment. As you can see in the slide, number one, it affects attitude towards product, innovation, lifestyles and consumer preferences. And another one is concerns with quality of life. Another component of social environment is expectation from workforce, and another one is education system and literacy rates. And next component of social environment is consumption habits. As you know, in the present time, the present era, the attitude of people are changing fast, lifestyle is changing, preferences of consumers are changing day by day, and further the quality of life. Now everybody wants a good quality of life, so that concerns with the quality of life. This is one of the factor also have a bearing on the social environment. Expectation of workforce is there, and further education system and literacy rates, they are increasing day by day. So all these factors are coming under the social environment. Now let's go ahead, students. Now we have covered social environment. Now let's talk of another element or another dimension of environment, that is technological environment. Now let's talk of the meaning of technological environment. Technological environment includes forces relating to scientific improvements and innovations which provides new ways of producing goods and services and new methods and techniques of operating a business. Technology is understood as a systematic application of scientific or other organized knowledge to practically tasks. Technology changes fast, and to keep pace with it, businessmen should be ever alert to adopt change technology in their businesses. Further, I may tell you, students, that change in technology is mostly associated with better service and cost efficiency. Technological advances create new products, new production techniques, and new ways of managing and communicating. Continuous innovation in different scientific and engineering fields such as lasers, robotic, biotechnology, food preservation, etc. have provided numerous opportunities and threats for many different enterprises. Today, technology is changing in a fast pace, and technological environment is significantly affecting the business environment. A number of companies have failed due to delay in adopting new technological changes. Well, let's give you an example about color TV with remote in place of black and white TV. Earlier, there used to be black and white TV. Now there is a color TV and with remote in place. Further, LCDs are there, LEDs are there. Technology is changing fast. And another is electrostatic copiers in place of manual photocopying machines. Another one is computers with multiple word processors in place of single language word processors, and online booking of rail and air ticket instead of going to reservation office physically. So all these are having the effect, and technological changes is there, and they are having the effect on the businesses and for the environment. Now let's talk on the component of technological environment. What are the components of technological environment? Number one is research and development activities. Number two is innovations in product and services. Number three is import and export technology. And another one is new equipments. As students, I need not tell you in detail about this component of technology environment, and everybody is aware how the research and development activity is going in every field. Innovations. Daily there is an innovation in some product or other services. Today world is fast, and every business have to keep pace with it. Import and export of technology is coming and going. Technology is mostly coming from the outside, and inbuilt things are going according to the technologies. Further, new equipments. Every day there is a new equipment for a particular product, how to do it, how to be precise, etc. All these components of technology environment, and these are affecting the technological environment. Now let's go ahead, students. Let's talk of the another dimensions of environment, that is political environment. Now let's understand what's the meaning of political environment. Political environment includes political conditions such as general stability and peace in the country, and specific attitude that elected government representatives hold towards business. This is what political environment is. Political factors plays a major role in shaping the environment in which business firms operate. There may be uncertainty of business activities due to political unrest and threats to law and order. A stable government builds up confidence among the business people to invest in the long-term projects. Always a stable government helps, whereas political instability shakes that confidence, as you are seeing, as you are observing nowadays in India also. The attitudes of government officials towards business may have a either positive or negative impact upon businesses. For example, even after economic reforms of our economy in 1991, foreign companies found it extremely difficult to cut through the bureaucratic red tape to get permits for doing business in India. But now you are saying the another government, present government, is giving the full liberalization in the policies so that foreign companies comes and invest there so that businesses improve. For example, in 1977, Janata government followed a strict policy against MNCs and forced companies like Coca-Cola and IBM to move out of India. They were against this. The change in government policy in 91 allowed Pepsi and other MNCs to enter into Indian market. Now let's see what are the components of political environment. Number one is constitution of the country. Number two is prevailing political system. Number three is extent and nature of government intervention. And number fourth is nature of relationship of our country with foreign countries. To conclude about the political environment, I will tell you that it refers to influence exerted by the three political institutions, legislature, executive, and the judiciary in shaping, directing, developing, and controlling business activities. A stable and dynamic political environment is indispensable for business growth. Now students, let's go ahead. What is the next dimensions of business environment? I will talk on legal environment. Now, how you can define this? What is the meaning of legal environment? Legal environment refers to the framework of laws and various legislations within which business transactions are to take place. We are talking here of framework of laws and various legislations within which business transactions are to place. I mean to say, what is the framework, how the framework is made. It consists of legislations that have been passed by parliament, court or state legislatures. These legislations prescribe the rules or laws which have to be followed by all organizations. Their non-compliance can cause legal problems to the business enterprises. Some of the laws are Companies Act, Factories Act, Trade Union Act, Consumer Protection Act, etc. Apart from these laws, there are a number of laws that regulate matters such as standard of product, packaging, promotion, ethics, etc. For example, in India, packaging of cigarette must carry the statutory warning, cigarette smoking is injurious to health. So this has been passed by the legislature so that it can be implemented. So all these have the impact on the businesses. Let's take an example of alcohol. Alcohol beverages are prohibited to be advertised on television. Further, companies producing hazardous goods have to comply with the provisions of Bureau of Indian Standards Act 1986. So these are all the examples I am giving you how the laws are made, and within the framework of laws and various legislation the business has to operate. So let's talk on the components of legal environment. Number one component is, as you can see in the slide, it's the legislations passed by parliament, court or state legislature. Number two is various laws to be followed. Number three is number of laws that regulates matters such as standard of products, packaging, ethics, etc. So we can conclude here about the legal environment. I can say that legal and regulatory factors affecting businesses. The legal and regulatory environment plays a very crucial role in determining the success of any businesses. The government imposes taxes among other regulatory measures to promote economic growth and to cushion consumers from exploitation. It is very important. I can say that it is imperative to understand the result and regulatory measures to determine how they affect your businesses. Understanding legal and regulatory measures also helps you to adapt to your business environment and to account for all your regional economic analysis. So this is what about the legal environment. Students, these are all the types of business environment, and so today we have discussed the various dimensions of business environment. like economic environment, social environment, technological environment, political environment, and legal environments. So let's wind up today for the class. Thank you. Bye bye.